This is IntoWineTV, and today we're at Incanto in San Francisco, and we're tasting Merlots That Rock. This is the 2005 Jenke Vineyards Merlot. It's from the Barossa Valley in Australia. It retails for $22, and it's 15.5% alcohol.
I have not had an Australian Merlot like this for such a long time. When I first got into the wine industry, I worked for an Australian company, and so I had the good fortune to spend a lot of time in Australia to taste a lot of great wines from Australia. Check out the Barossa, which is a great area, and there is something so distinctly Australian that it just, I have like a wave of nostalgia. You know, it's really, really great. So that distinctness that you got on the nose could very well be the sense of place from the Barossa for me. This is just like a treat. What's the price point on this?
It's 22.
22. I think that's reasonable. I think, wait, what's the vintage one more time? 05?
05.
Okay, I think this is a lot of fun. It's a reasonable wine. I think it is true to place, and if you haven't had a lot of Aussie sort of Merlots, why not? I'm happy with it.
I'm impressed that it's $22 and they use French oak barrels. How do they do that? It's very difficult to make a wine under $30 using French oak today, unless they're using chips. But they say French oak barriques, so let's believe that, 12 months. But I've smelled it. I haven't even tasted it yet. I've smelt it. I find it just so offensive in the alcohol. I'm sorry. But I am going to taste it because that's my job.
I do like that it's screw capped. That's a good thing. 22 bucks.
It's like
it's a fair price, I think. $22 for this wine.
I
know a lot of people would love this wine.
Yeah,
barbecues, things like that.
For $22, great. I approve of the price, but the palate is disjointed. It tastes like raisins, and it's dry. And I'm not a fan of this wine. Sorry.
I like it. I think it's
like
kind of
it?
exotic. I don't know, there's something about it that's different from the other Merlots that we've tasted today.
There's a major meat component in this wine. I do get a lot of meatiness, and again, maybe it's because we're smelling the wonderful food going on in Incanto, but I think it's actually in the wine, and a very savory element that I actually like this.
The largest wine buyer in England from one of the biggest retail supermarket chains just went to Australia and told them basically, Australia is making wines that are too high in alcohol, and frankly the customers in England don't want this style of wine. They don't want high alcohol. It really shocked the Australians to the core because they've been going this direction, and this wine has no sense of place. It's got no sense of terroir. It could be made anywhere.
I don't know Barossa, as I said, but it does have some that eucalyptus element, which I do associate oftentimes with Australia, but
equally with Napa, you get eucalyptus.
Sometimes on their Merlots.
A little different.
It's the front part when you first drink it, you get this wave of sweetness, which is, again, I thought would be good for barbecues and stuff like that. The pruny element, as I said, I find distracting, but I don't find it terrible. Probably not something I'd want to drink regularly, but if I went to a party and somebody served it to me, I'd be fine. And the bottle's not corked. That's a good thing.
That's always a good thing.
Screw top's a good thing.
Well, we have mixed reviews on the Jenke Vineyards 2005 Merlot, but overall it's something definitely interesting, different to try. At $22, it's a great price point, so hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.